Greetings and salutations to all my wonderful friends and even those unknown enemies that may be out there lurking and watching. Welcome. I hope you're having a heck of a good day. I know I am. This is Hambbage, and we're going to play some hardcore vanilla Minecraft. Thanks for stopping by. Let's get to it. We may or may not be reasonable. I can't make any promises. It is the internet after all. Let's get going. So, so much exciting. It's fairly early for me today, actually, to be doing any recording. But man, oh man, is it beautiful IRL here today. Um, Sun's out. It's been rainy, a little bit of snow, cold the last few days, and it's cold this morning. You know, as it usually is. Cloud blanket goes away, and that overnight air can cool off. So it feels a little reminiscent of very early spring, not late spring as it is, but either way, it's just gorgeous, bright day. So I went out, got stretched my legs, got going a little bit, had a great breakfast, came in, I was like, you know what? Before I really spend a lot of time outside, I'm going to let it warm up a little bit. Hopefully, it'll burn me if when we're done with this session, it's clouded up and it's gotten back to miserable. I think today's kind of hit or miss like that. Some days weather is just, yeah, you got chances of everything. So good luck. And people 10 miles down the road may be completely different. Either way, I'm going to hope for the best. And I was so excited, again, after yesterday's adventure, and I realized when I took the actual screenshot, I'd been playing around, and I switched to my pick instead of my sword. So, oops, but it's all right. It was a pretty darn good day of netherriting. So we're geared up. So what does that mean for today? What's next? Well, we have a building project, a very small building project, relatively, but I'm excited about it. I kind of teased around it in the last episode, and I think it's gonna involve a little bit of fun. This will kind of be working towards a building episode, but it's not gonna feel like one. So bear with me a bit here, and we'll see what we can do. Now, I have a pretty good feeling for how this all plays out, but if it doesn't work out right, it's gonna be a learning experience. But we're going to gonna try to become good buddies with a non-librarian or farmer villager. And I think I'm going to do that over at the village if I can. But for that particular mission, we're going to want to grab a good supply of our emeralds. We've got a bunch. And we just haven't been here in a while. We may have new folks joining in that have never even seen the glory that is the lodge. This is our lodge. Basically, an outpost for our villager community. They live in luxury. They've got lots of high vaulted ceilings, skylights, and windows. Individual accommodations. All are gainfully and productively employed, and it's really helped us out. Now, I don't know how much any of this will take. I don't know how long any of this will take, but we're starting here because I'm excited about it. So we will row and row and row. And like I said, I think... How are these guys holding up? There's enough now that they seem to be... They kind of got numbers, and we haven't really hung out at the lodge on an overnight, so I don't know that they're really getting a lot of combat in as they as we play, as they play. But they're doing well. So yeah, we're just gonna pop over to our neighboring village here and see if we can set somebody up in here. If we can, I think we'll kind of try to keep them secure. Him, her, whatever. It secure. It's not really a them. And see what they can do. Now, we may already have someone of... Oh, speak of the devil. Come on in. Hey. What's going on? Do I have I don't have any blocks. Do you have any blocks? No. Alright, well, let's just try to wing this. He will buy paper. That's good. And he'll sell empty maps. So let's just lock him in with this. Now, after I've done all that, I kind of hate to waste it. We'll sell you back your paper. I probably won't have enough, but alright, you hang on. I know you're gonna never go inside again. Okay, where did I put my boat? It's over here. Come on. Game? What are you doing? Alright, hopefully nothing bad happens to him as we make the boat circuit. That's great. I got an extra. So we want to work with the cartographer today. What do cartographers do? A couple things. The one, I'm not, kind of savor the build-up and the excitement, if you will. But among other things, some of them, and this is what I don't know, some of them sell world like Woodland Mansion maps. Now we found one, luckily, hugely luckily, and I don't know if they sell that, if they'll then just point us back to where we've already been, or if you buy two from the same guy, will they then be different maps? All things I'd like to find out. Okay, no. Oh, there's some. So while he's low, we're just going to try to use paper to get his XP. And obviously, I'm not too concerned about the emeralds themselves, but I don't want to just completely waste either. So we've got some more paper here. We've got a few more sugarcane. We're going to kind of clear the decks here because I'd love to just get him leveled up before I have to deal with all this stuff too. Just go ahead and carry that, and let's come back over here. This could be big-brained. Alright, one of those. In fact, let's get two of those just in case. Alright. Back over. Grab the boat. Oh, I need a crafting table for those stupid... Still learning. I haven't done what I'm kind of affecting. I've never really played around with much. I know it's there. Um, basically a functionality mechanism that's gonna play into our building back here, but you gotta learn how all these various pieces work together. So we'll race the sun. Maybe try to sleep over by the big sugar field. And I don't know how much this has grown since we last harvested it. From a distance, it always looks really low, but it's looking low. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, well we'll sleep here anyway. Maybe that will help it a bit. And depending on how all this goes, we may have a bit more of a trading episode. Our emeralds are abundant, but I don't know what the various trades cost with a cartographer even. One of the secret hopes, again, I haven't looked at his whole list. I know, they're the map guys, right? They're cartographers. So, sip of coffee here while we wait for the sun to go down. So I know, empty maps, right? We obviously got that. All kinds of things sort of related to that exploration. So compasses, those kinds of devices, and I sort of think of them as like mechanical things. So we've definitely gonna see some of those, and we're gonna have to buy some stuff we may not necessarily want in the process. I would love it if they also sold name tags. I don't know if they do or who does. Haven't bothered to look. If it ever becomes a deal, we'll find out. But it would be great to get a bunch of name tags and not just have our 3 pets named and be waiting on any others. So we'll see. But now, hopefully, we can do some business with our little villager buddy here. I think this is him. He's got the cool bling monocle eye thing. Yeah, you. All right, let's trade up what we can. Okay. Bubbles. Now what do you get? Ooh, we can sell you glass panes. We've already got a discount. Ocean Explorer Map. Oh, but we need to... So we need to make compasses. We can sell those probably for a big old bunch of XP with him. And just like the villagers back in... Let's put the map we just bought from them away. We're gonna kind of bling out. Okay, that's good. Now let's quick switch that for that. All right, you're in. You're safe. That's good. Now let's put that there. You like your? See, I got you a new workspace. That's kind of cool. I mean, maybe not your favorite. Okay. Now we can store that. Hi. Might as well sell all these that we have. So we could just turn this back and get a bunch of empty maps. One more second. I'm thirsty. I don't know what use we would have for them, and that's not to say I don't understand how they get applied. We'll leave that here. I'll probably forget about it, but it would be handy, if we do want to make another of these guys. So let's run back over. We've got glass somewhere. Did we leave that at the... We may do a little bouncing, by the way. I'm just kind of tooling around here. So we can make or a couple compasses to see what ocean explorer maps. And I can't remember if those are shipwrecks or guardian temples. In this world, we've been very blessed with both, right? We've gotten loads of shipwrecks and lots of guardian temples. But like the Woodland Mansion map, they'll give you a map and you may be very small on it, but it will point you in a direction. What those may do though is show us the likelihood of getting a variety of maps from our, or when it comes to the Woodland Mansion. Alright, no glass. Glass? There's some glass. Alright. So let's make a bunch of glass paints. Good to have. I'd love to get him outside too, but at this point, there's so many, I'm not too worried about it. He can just chill right in there. If we get like 4 of them in the water, that might be a bit more of a problem. But like that first one, we kind of tried to nudge outside. We can kind of manage it. Sorry about the background noise. A little active on the staircase today, somebody. It was weird. I got woken up this morning. It was, as I've said many times, I live kind of, in it's like 7 building, I think, apartment complex. And the buildings are fairly substantial. These are, multi-unit. They're nice. It's not like a tower, right? And nothing wrong with that. I've got friends that live in beautiful downtown Denver apartments that are in a tower, right? They just don't have the ground level or, balcony things, but that is kind of dictated by where you live. For me, the buildings are kind of sprawling, lots of, parking and all that kind of stuff's not underground. Hang on, let's... Alright, that worked out well. So we'll wait for his bubbles. So anyway, when I moved in, the property on the corner of 2 like major roads was undeveloped. It was actually like an old single-family house, kind of an old farm, and there were a lot of outbuildings and stuff. Not particularly nice, but obviously somebody that had lived a whole life in what had once been a farm, and then kind of converted into a suburban farm, and home. Whatever, I don't think it was active, but it does have a historic barn. So they'd obviously held on to this for decades. Okay, there's the Woodland Explorer map. This is the one that will get us to our Woodland Mansion and hopefully others. So that's significant. It's good to know we've already got that. That's a big win. Okay. Maybe we can get... Yeah. Good job, glass panes. Okay. Let's watch for your bubbles again. So House developed a pink banner or a green banner. Not exactly what we're looking for, but we can make one more of these sails. All right, we're doing pretty well here. We're increasing our emerald count, certainly, to the point where we won't need most of these. As far as I know, we do need to get them all the way to the top, though. So let's look again here. Basically, I think at this point we want compasses. And we'll buy kind of a variety of these maps, see if they're all the same or if they're different. I don't know. I guess I don't really want banners, but if they're that cheap, right? And these are the top level trades, that should get them. So let's get a green banner. Should we get a stack? Let's get a stack of green. 32 green banners. Here we go. Or however many. 12 is what he sold. All right. So what's your next trade? I'm like, what we need to do is go make a bunch of compasses. No, just buy the banners. Now he's a master. And this is actually what we wanted to buy. And I don't need to sell him anything. I just with the emeralds. So we're going to grab that. And I think we only need one. So, secret kind of out there. We'd gotten one banner pattern in the, what is it, the Ruined Bastion? In the Nether, the one where the pigmen almost killed us. Not the pigmen, not the hoglins. Piglin brutes, the guys with the axes and the gold stuff. So they'd come after us and almost beat us up. But while we were in there, we raided a few chests and we got a snout banner pattern. And we can make one of those just to compare it. But I think it's cool to have a unifying theme throughout our world. And this is where we now, thank you very much, by the way, sir. You are a scholar, a gentleman. We'll leave those couple things there. And just in case, let's just leave a stack of emeralds. Okay, it's nighttime. I don't want you to get hurt. So, oh, you want a bed in here? I'm sorry, dude. I'll sleep. Then I'll get you a bed. That's a total omission on my part. But you need a bed. I don't want you to be sleepless. Alright. In fact, I have a bed on me. In fact, you know what? I'm going to give you this very bed. Because I don't want you to suffer at all. You're my homie. I think... There. That'll be a good spot for a bed for you. You got a bed now. Congratulations. Yeah. Feel free. Okay. So we'll get another bed for ourselves. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. So what do we got to do now? We want to make that banner into a repeatable or copyable kind of emblem for our civilization or our slow cooker world here. And there's a handful of different patterns that you can use. I'd said, and I kind of tipped this a little bit. I've been teasing it. You can tell I've been thinking about it in past episodes, because in one I said, I don't think we're just going to have a Jolly Roger flag. We don't want to be the pirates. And there is they kind of vary by order of difficulty in how to get these patterns. And they're, one way or another, they're all slightly difficult. There's one that's not difficult at all. You can make a flower pattern with a daisy right away. Basically, as long as you get the right biome in your world, you can go pick a daisy, and by making the how do you craft it? I'm not entirely sure, but you can make a pattern for the daisy. Maybe we'll do that just to compare. You can also make. So we've got two. I think the other, is it here or is it in the treasure? Maybe in the treasure. Oh, here it is, right here. So we've got snout and we've got globe. And of course, this one you can't craft, but that's the banner of the mean and nasty raiders. So let's actually pick up another bed while we're thinking about it. So we've got two of the patterns. There's the flower pattern. There is a Jolly Roger, a skull and crossbones flag pattern, and you get that. I've talked already about we'll need to get 3 wither skeleton heads to summon the wither monster boss, and the wither is it's included in the advancement for killing all the hostile mobs. So you got to fight him and get him done, and he also gives you the item needed to make the beacons. So everything is nested and built together in the game, and we're gonna get to all that kind of stuff, and eventually it'd be cool to have all these. So these two, a flower, a wither skeleton head is another. There's a charged creeper head, and creepers get charged when they get hit by lightning, so you can actually, once you have a trident and have channeling, you can actually hit the creepers with the trident with the lightning, charge them, kill them, and they will drop a head. So that's another way to get a different head pattern, or banner pattern. And I think that leaves one more, and I'm not thinking of it right now. And they vary a little bit as I did kind of read about online a little bit. Then there's a couple others that are bedrock only. And this one is one of the ones that is Java only. So that was part of why I wanted to get it. I played Java edition, obviously, and with the hardcore mode. So that's the one I wanted to use. I think we've kind of talked a lot about Magellan. We've got this fort here that we've been expeditioning out from, and that was kind of what we were talking as we were going. So I'm rambling. The next thing, I think, if I can recall how to build it. Guava. I know I haven't said hi to you yet. That's not it. So maybe strings. No strings. At some point we're gonna have to fix this. Get some speed basement access. Where are we going? String. Hope this is it. No. All right. What? Should have just closed and reopened. What is a loom? Oh, I'm just making it harder on myself. We want a loom. As I understand it, using the loom, we can start doing some cool stuff with the patterns and the banners. And that's what I'd like to do. Now let's take just a bunch of those. Some blue. I need a spot for this. We're running out of room here. I think I can put it up high, but I'm not real wild about that. Let's see. Okay. Haven't really used this. But my understanding is, so we take a green banner, and this is kind of negative of what I expected to do. Um, there's a means to make a lot of flags. You guys, wherever you're from, you may see familiar sections of flags, right? And you can place these all together. Like here, you can with that, and like that probably if you want to hang it. I guess that if you want to hang it correctly. You can make the red and white stripes and then put a blue section to make an approximation of an American flag. You can layer these. These are all layers on a banner. So you can combine these couple, make a Union Jack, and kind of fill in the colors around. But we want to try this globe out. So this is actually the reverse of what I'd envisioned for the world colors. I'd actually been thinking, oh, it would be cool to make blue banners and put a green world on it. And this is the globe. Again, it's unique to the Java, but Minecraft, right? So they make it a block or a cube instead of a sphere. But yeah, it's got little islands around it. Now, you could reverse that and be like, okay, well, these are the water in between the various pieces of land. Maybe that's how we want to think about it. But I'm not sure I love green, I love blue. That's part of why I thought that it would be cool. And maybe we say that's kind of our deal is we use those are our color scheme and we reverse a lot. Some builds or buildings will have one, some will have the opposite. But let's get a good look there, and let's pull this back. What am I going to do with all these emeralds? In fact, you know what? What I'm going to do with all these emeralds is make a bunch of emeralds. There we go. Now, we still got enough. We got fully laden fields ready to go. If we need to buy some books and we don't have emeralds on hand, we can get them pretty quick. I'm not terribly worried about it. So let's get stick. This is just. Oh wait, before I do that, let's make some blue wool. Let's do this. And I think in here still. Did I take it downstairs? Oh, night dish. I thought once upon a time I had cooked up just a bunch of green dye. And I don't know that I'd ever used it. Right? Didn't we have a big stack of cactus and we cooked like half of it for dye? I don't think it's going to be anywhere up here. Not in the clothes. Let's go downstairs and see if it's not down there. Obviously, we're going to have to get some cacti for it. So we'll see. But yeah, I'd like to have the banner pattern that we use kind of scattered across our world. I think that's a cool way to do things. So we've got some carpet, we've got some wool. I don't know that we ever split off dye, but maybe I put it in with a cactus. No. All right. Well, Let's do half again. I wish I knew what I'd done with it. So I want to make one of each, and we'll just compare and kind of get a taste of it. I'm kind of thinking we may do a bit of both, but I just think the classic blue on green, or green on blue, exactly the opposite, is what would look good. I wonder what we dyed green, because I'm pretty sure we cooked up a bunch. Okay, now, so this is the alternate. Where you kind of have the green, it's kind of the earth in the blue background. I don't know. Like I said, let's make a comparison. And the reason to make the loom, you can actually apply these in the crafting table, but you will lose your recipe. Not that we can't buy more, but is what it is. So now we have this is where we have to pretend like we're art critics and suck on a fingertip and try to decide what looks better where. So pretty cool. I like both. I like the scheme, and I think that's kind of gonna be the ultimate deal. Maybe we start with a lot more of the blue on green and then switch, maybe make some other areas, but because we have the resources for it, let's do not the snout. Oh, you know what? Let's do a different banner. Let's use these the way that we want to. So they stack. That's nice. Okay. Now, next thing. This is the actual building part of our building episode. We'll get a pink. Buy some pink from that trader guy, and can make a snout. But I think while we'll probably forget about it many times, let's put our patterns down here. They're pretty special to us. That's good stuff. So we got a little bit of random here. Tidy up. We now ended up with an extra cartography table as well. Maybe here. This random junk piling up. That's Minecraft. Alright, how is our day getting on? We may have everything we need up top now that I'm out here. What's up, S'more? We got deck. We got bling. Bling for our base. I think here. Bunch of lanterns. Did we ever have extra fence? I think so. And I think I'd like some acacia wood. So that's some fence. We've got some blocks. I'd like to have... couple of those. If it's my laptop, I hear like this buzzing noise. Definitely the fan on my laptop. Likely means there's something happening in the background I'm not aware of or very excited about. Oh well. So, now what do we got going? We are going to... Three, so this is our central spot. There. There, I'll just put one there. Oh man, what did I do with all this scaffolding now? Yeah, just need one. Up, and away we go. I don't know how much of this we're actually going to need, but, you know, are you... Go here. Okay, so kind of the wood floor, and I think... Well, you know, maybe... Let's go one more up. I should maybe sleep. Let's go down and sleep. I don't want to rush all this. You guys know what happens when I rush stuff. Nothing good. Is there something I was just thinking I should have more of? I think so. Alright. Back up we go again. So, I think that's a good start. Then, I know it's a bit... out of sequence, but... we'll put our... banners just kind of on the sandstone for the extra blockiness. Then I think one here. to. This is the part where typical Hambbage indecision and contemplation begins. So we got our banners up. You know how if you have a flag display or something, you have it lit, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking is we hang lights above our banners so they'll be visible. And then let's go back over here. Do the same thing. I hope that throws a little light down on them. We'll have to kind of wait for night to see. And then I was thinking, oh, that's what I should have done downstairs. Is there like a lamp? What is this one? Okay, so that's redstone. Now, I think this throws off as much light as that. It just doesn't look as lit. And unfortunately, I think we want as bright light as possible. And maybe for that, actually a sea lantern would be better. Do we have some of those? I think they're all the way downstairs again, right? That's right, because we're going to want this to be nighttime by the time we really go out and take a look. You know what? I'm trying to overdo it. This isn't a lighthouse. This is a banner obelisk thing, and it shows the world about our awesome global aspirations of ooh, that's what it is. Our global aspirations of the Guava Jelly. It's going to take over. These are the things I love on, like, especially old buildings. I don't know that anybody does them anymore. But I absolutely dig this kind of stuff. So yeah, way up high where you need a, like, power 10 telescope to, I don't know, that's where you put the chiseled block, right? That's where we, I don't have a single half slab. I wonder if those have despawned that we dropped out. Oh, we don't need these. I can do one or the other. And this will probably break both of them, right? Oh, Guava, I'm sorry. Consider that payback for all the times you've sizzled on me. I jumped on your head. So, that at least keeps it from being a mob spawner up on the top. The lights may do so as well, but no way to prevent that. Alright, so I kind of dig it. I want to see it at nighttime. We talked about it, and I've been kind of thinking about this for a while. We talked about it, and I was like, I don't know if you can hang just put like a banner on a stick. I would have loved to have had this as a flagpole. But I think this is about as close an approximation as we can get. Now, in some ways, it would be a lot. Oh, I just had an idea. let's leave this. Wait for nightfall. We may scrap most of this and start over because I just had another idea. So what I was saying was in the process of setting everything up, I'd kind of looked around a little bit to see, and I found that there are um, there are no means to just put a banner on a stick and place it on the ground. I think that would be cool, and apparently that's something that you, at least to an extent, can do in Bedrock. And again, I haven't played Bedrock. I don't know. Years and years and years ago, before I even really understood what the difference was, I had Minecraft on an iPad, and I didn't, it was very clunky, and trying to play it in a death mode seemed very aggravating to me. So I kind of moved on. But yeah, I wanted to have some means of, kind of every tower is going to have something on top of it to show off the world. Or show to the world who occupies it, right? Think castles and for me a lot of times that's the Welsh or Scottish flags too. I haven't set foot in Ireland. I've seen it across a expanse of water, but I haven't actually been into it. But between the Union Jack or the Welsh Dragon or the Scottish blue with white diagonal cross, um, those are what you think of. Even on historical castles today, you fly the country's colors, and that's that would have been true, particularly in the kind of immersion that we're going after for this world. Uh, cut. I don't know how to differentiate these very well. Smooths, sandstones, cuts. Something. We need those. We don't need that though. So, I think that may need to. We're in fairly close. Obviously, you can't see everything from too far away, but I think if we go with the alternate plan, um, which I hope would look cool, it will it'll come out looking pretty good. And I don't know, feel free if you've got an opinion, if any of you guys are real artistic, let me know. Does the acacia wood building up take away or add to it? You really don't see. In fact, you don't see the banners at all from here. How close do you have to be to see the stupid banners? There. I do like that they wait. You can tell they're waving even from here. Um, I think I should go all one or the other. For one thing, I don't think it should just be that mix. So maybe all smooth sandstone. But now what I was wondering is how does my lighting do? I'm trying to have a quiet moment here with my new flags. Go away. So I like that it's all lit up. That's cool. Um, but I have an alternative idea. And I think it will look more... maybe a new idea. Okay. Almost did escape there. We don't need to escape. New idea 17.8. Everybody remember that one. If you like it, say so. Alright, next, we have some of these. We have some of those. Sleep. I don't know if this will work at all, but you won't find out if you don't try, right? Alright. I think we need one of these. So I hope we get all those back. Gather up all the pieces. So now what if we do... Oh, come on. If this works, I'm gonna... This is probably like totally a thing. I mean, this makes sense. This is the thing I was kind of trying to do anyway. Okay, now I think that's high enough. There. Oof. Oh, I think that's gonna be glorious. Can I just do this? Oh, it won't even let me place them. Okay. Well, here we go again. Guava, heads up below. Didn't even have to. Hopefully that's enough. I love it. You don't even see it until you're up here. Oh, it's so good. So good. Alright, the light should light that up at night. It should keep any mobs from spawning on top of that and dropping down on my head. It's a flagpole, not a obelisk-y column. And yeah, we have to make a concession to the fact that flags can only fly flush against a surface, but I'm down with that if it looks that good. Wow. Just wow. So that's what I was looking for. And yeah, you know, you have a little base for the flagpole. Stands up. That... I don't even think we have to wonder anymore if that's the way it should be. That's just it. We just found it. Oh, so good. All right. All you various this is just such a mess now. Those go back downstairs. These have a spot over here. Chiseled was in the other box. This is smooth. Nope, not the smooth box. Chiseled over. And what? Everything else is in this box. Why leave a one-off down in the random boxy stuff? Put the fence over here. Yeah, that's good. And that light will hopefully kind of kick through in the evenings. So, very cool. Well, yeah, I know you can hardly see it from there, but you're so happy next to your flower. So why move you just to see it? Now, a little bit more there. We got our two tones there. I like that. Something down here for our bedroom. We got stuff to put away down here anyway. Oh, I hope you guys enjoy that. I'm thrilled. I think that it's never occurred to me to use the iron bars to make a flagpole, but why wouldn't you do that? Maybe up there? Couple here. And then we got one more. And I have to have at least one. One more boat trip here as we go. I don't even know how long we've been going, really. Just an hour. Cool. Well, it wasn't a full episode's worth. I really didn't know what the trading was going to entail. As we set out on this adventure. So I like the green and blue. I do think the blue and green is equally nice. In more worldy, graphic-y sense, right? You know, how many digital graphic type things have a world that's blue with the green outline stuff? But I just like that, you know, like I said, I like kind of cool nature type colors. I think those are well represented here. Guys, where would this be most appreciated for you guys? Central pillar? Not a bad idea. Is it right behind the tree so you can't see it? I think everybody can see it. I can just kind of edge around the tree. I'd kind of like it up higher. But maybe that would obscure from them a little bit. So, yeah, we'll call good. Next up, definitely don't get much out of the sugar cane anymore when I don't hang out there. By the time we get here, he's going to be asleep. I also don't know what I did with those maps. Are they still in my pocket? I don't want to look because that'll just stop the boat process. We're kind of racing daylight here. Likely already in bed. They're kind of a bunch of early risers. Oh, we're still up. Okay. Hi. I would like from you a pink banner. Just one. So. Alright. Have a nice day. Glad we got you before we had to waste a whole other day and then a whole another night, because I will greatly enjoy returning home as the sun goes down to see our illuminated flag. Hopefully. Oh, look at it! The fact that the banners don't populate until you get really close is a bit of a bummer, but there it is, glowing in the darkness. Oh, there they are, all lit up. Maybe lit up, maybe not. But I mean, you can see the globe up there. Oh, now we're starting to feel like we've got something more than just a hovel. I mean, just think, we're not only are we decked out in netherite now, we have a roof. Okay, this is what I was going to do here. White dye. Banner. Color. No. There. Because pigs. Pink, right? Alright. Thinking I should bring that as a present to the pig men. They would probably appreciate having a pig banner. What's up, Salty? What do we have here? Why do we have it? Let's go wipe those. You do need to be a little careful as you keep moving in that kind of stuff. That leather and netherite don't get confused. We're still close, but not quite there on our gold. Stop it. Oh, we got... So here's what I'm going to do. When we finish these sets, like we have with the iron, I'm going to... Did we already put mending on our fishing pole? I think we did, didn't we? Might as well clean that too. I don't know. I mean, it's just a whole lot of nothing. There's no reason to have like two separate fishing rods, so might as well. So what I was saying is, as we finish up some of these things, we can just put them onto armor stands as we did with this one. And yeah, we can make all that, and you know, sort of, but it's something to do with all this excess armor that just keeps piling up all the time. But also, as we work to gather up those various pieces, we can toss the rest of it now. There. And these are kind of special because we actually used those and played in the game with them. So, you know, some of these other pieces kind of get rolled up, but those in particular are more noteworthy. Our boots and our pants and our helmet we actually enchanted first, so those we didn't use as much. Forgive me, here's a little bit all over the place, but it's just kind of some tidying, some moving along in the progression, I think, at least in my mind. I think here, yep, got some more frames. Let's go put these extra light blocks away while we're down here. Some little odds and ends. I just like having little bits of decoration around. That really makes things kind of come to life. All right, while we're down here, I'm gonna just pop through into the nether. I think this will be very well received by our neighbors here. And I'll let them know that... Did something steal that block? That we come in peace and we represent their pigginess. And the other thing was just to... and dump all this extra stuff. And the fishing rod. Alright, so took out the trash, a little more decorating. Again, Pig Snout is cool. You know, it's another pattern. It's cool to have those, and it does represent a bit of an accomplishment. You have to get in. You have to get into the Bastion Remnants. That's what I was trying to come up with earlier. To get one. So yeah, they're a thing. They're not just handed to you. The flower one, you basically just have to know about it to make that one. I'm really wondering what is that final variety that I can't think of. It may come to me. Alright, couple extra chests. Our inventory is more or less back to normal. We've got all these lanterns. That was another thing I was thinking. Let's try to get all this nonsense out to the building supplies box. The glass, maybe not. And let's grab these. And let's get daytime. Instead of my mic raising there, I tried to lift it and lifted the whole headset off my head. So if there was a lot of crunchy noise there while I took my sleepy time sip of coffee, that's what was going on. I don't even know if we've... Oh yeah, we did, because I know we used an axe, actually. Have we hit anything with our netherite sword yet? There's gotta be a first time for everything. Boom. Just like Dreadmore, or one shot in the level. Alright. Oh. Been a minute since we visited our sheep in their happy new home. Oh no, it's some zombie flesh. I didn't. Oh, this is perfect time. We talked about this long ago. And at the time, the vines weren't there. Totally happy accident. Oh well. I love having some tree lights up at the top. It's kind of like the flagpole, you know. How is that one? These will grow back, so I'm not too worried. Ooh. And with feather falling, I think we're more or less good from tree fall damage, but don't want to find out the hard way. Alright, got one over here. Oh, so good. Love these little random things. Just the little touches. And there's going to be more of that as we go. I really do think that this particular kind of... Ooh, thank you, Feather Falling. This particular immersion that we've kind of created for ourselves is really good for the extra bits of detail, and you know, we can take that wherever we can. Alright, that was at least enough to get our sheep to re-woolify. You even did a double, so good job, sheep. I know, they're trying to say, like, hey, you know, you could hang out every once in a while. It's not all nether around here. Sheep on the real world, too. Oh, it's good. Now, how did I not get... up to that top bit? Is that just because the... I'll be back, sheep. Don't worry. You just grow more wool. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. But I'm going to try. Ooh, okay. Yeah, look at this whole nother section of tree we didn't even know about. Nothing else much up there. All right. Anything else sticking out on those? I don't think so. It's just the tops, but It's the tops that make it the coolest, right? There we go. And fairy trees or something. So that'll just further, those trees have done a great job as we return from places of beacon. So does our flagpole top without flags from here. We may have had more wool downstairs, but with those banners being 6 each, that I could go through a lot. And it's another strong push for the green versus the blue. It's not impossible to get blue, but you only get a 1-to-1 on the lapis when you're making it. We have a bunch. You can use blue flowers as well, but cacti are pretty much infinite. And one, we can now buy green banners, which is the best way to go about it. But two, we can just endlessly cook a lot of cacti. Doing that, we did totally have. Is that still sitting in this box, by the way? Yeah. Can't recall if we could need 2 crossbows. So we'll just get to 2. Let's take this one upstairs. Mic was kind of right in my sight line. Yeah, so we'll hold that. Might as well combine these 2 as well. And we were going to put all this other stuff away in the building box. A part of Minecraft is just what's your system for staying on top of the daily tasks, like cleaning up, sorting your various inventory items. Does that get overwhelming or not? For some people, it very much does. I just kind of enjoy it. I think it's pretty nice. I also do kind of think that, where appropriate, lanterns are nicer than torches. The drawback is you can't walk through a lantern, so there's that. But when you're kind of building things up, that's something you can use just to give it a little more character and feel. Alright, got arrows. Drop these couple things off. Is this the point where we start dye box downstairs? I mean, that's most of what we got. I don't feel we're drowning in it yet. We got a lot of these maps. What did we do with the maps that we bought from the guy? Did we leave them back over at his hut? Because we bought a woodland mansion. Oh no, we didn't, because we never had the compasses. Never mind. Compass is like a redstone and some iron, something. 4 iron and a redstone. Easy enough. Now this is purely for sciencing. 4 compasses, and I think as long as we had compasses and emeralds, he was good, right? Let's just drop this wool here. It's nighttime. I don't think we've even looked at compasses, really. A lot of people use them for flying, so you don't have to check the F3 as often. There's some value to that, I guess. Your compass needle, rather than north or south or anything, will always point to spawn. So it will take you back or to your last bed. No, it always points to spawn. The lodestone compass can be set to a marker that you can place by home, so you can have a couple different means to navigate about. I don't know. I don't use them too much. I don't think this is so horrific. Yeah, let's buy these maps. So I'm going to buy two of each, wondering if they will then show me different, if I'll get two different or if I'll get the same. And if I get the same of the Woodland map, are they both just pointing to the same place? So the emeralds are all but irrelevant. I'm not going to know first on these, though. So we'll buy them separately. And maybe maybe it's worth hanging on to one and going far, far, far away from our existing mansion. And then seeing if the map itself will pick up. Like if we go 5,000 blocks west next time, or north, or whatever, instead of kind of the east with a little bit of south that we used to find our last one, will that have a bearing? I don't know. But I want to find out. So, 2 of each of those. Good enough. Thank you, sir. Let's leave our meager stock of emeralds in your care. Back through. So, I think first test, easily enough, is this one. So we just want to head west. Pretty close, it would appear. And you can see it has a marking on it. So I think this is going to be a guardian temple, just kind of by the shape of that blob-looking thing. Pretty sure we've sailed over some of these a few times. Again, they can be very handy when it comes to finding one if you haven't seen any in your world. Where are these things? And you can also see that the scale is much different on these than it is on our just treasure maps. Those are zoomed in maps or first level maps. And we haven't done anything with that either. Are those just leaf blocks that we haven't hung around long enough to let decay? Maybe. It's odd that there are like 4 of them in a little aerial row. Seeing that little row, though, kind of parading through the air, made me think, how, okay, well, there's very likely our destination coming up on the left. So that again is the Guardian Temple, and that's what the map is pointing us to. If we hadn't been able to find one, this would be a good way to locate that. And I don't know, like I said, if these will just pop to whatever the nearest is, or how exactly they manage all that. I think that would already lost track of my story there. So seeing those leaf blocks kind of in a line in the air like that made me think that was like week and a half ago now, out with some friends, and we were just outside watching what were some lightning flashes of what was going to become a previous weekend of kind of rainy, stormy weather. But it'd been really nice out, and we'd been hanging out, and just had the opportunity to hang out. So the weather was kind of turning, and he said, "Oh, it's a shame. I was going to look, I had the time noted to see the Skynet stuff." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And, unless I may already be slaughtering the name of it, it's Skynet, I think, right? The satellite-based internet service that's Elon is behind. So it basically, like early GPS, involves having a lot of satellites kind of in a net in the sky, so that there's, and I would imagine they're geosynchronous, where they stay in a single spot relative to the Earth. Well, there's our map. So it just shows our undersea temple there, the couple little islands in the midst of it. Pretty cool. I have a feeling if we open up the other one right here, it will do the exact same. So we're going to sit on it for the time being. And I think I'm going to sit on the Woodland maps as well. Let's just make sure I'm heading in the right direction. Yep. In a future wandering type episode, we'll stretch our legs, get out away from home, bring these maps along, and actually pop them open far away and see if they can lead us to other destinations. I definitely want to use one of the Woodland Mansion maps on our first one, and name it or whatever, hang it on the wall, and be like, "Hey, this is the first Woodland Mansion," because that was so cool. Just having that. What would really save this is if we found a desert town or a woodland mansion. There it is. It was wonderful. And we still haven't found that biome, so we need to do more exploring, and we'll definitely do that. We may even do that in what it will be later episodes for me today. I don't know. At least these sugar canes keep growing. That's good. I really should bring these picture frames back up. So, because I'm already thinking, oh yeah, they're all the way back downstairs. At least I know what box they're in. So I don't know, how do we differentiate these maps from just our kind of decorative ones? They really, maybe down on this level is where we put those. Maybe it doesn't make a difference, but I don't know, it's kind of cool. Maybe we put them along our staircase here as we go. Here. Let's just go ahead and grab 4. Wherever we end up putting them, we'll eventually have 4 of these kind of maps. So I think somewhere up in this area we kind of improved a little bit. Was that last episode or a couple ago? Maybe just right along here would be good. Also, that will tell me if I can put one behind this torch. All right. So we'll start there. It's a good point. Boom. I'm not even going to risk... I was thinking like, oh, I can just store them unopened on the frames, and then we'll know where they are. Nah, I'm not going to risk that. I want to have them with me. I'm thinking maybe this is our time to start busting out our less common tools. Oh, and there's like all this stuff, right? We don't need this all the time. They're all good things to have. Oh, and what we should do while we're here and thinking about it, the rest of this stuff, it's kind of nice to have ready to grab if we need it. Now, a spare bed, maybe that's another thing to put in here. I think that's fair. But there's one other item that I want to store away. Of course, it means another trip downstairs. Yeah, we gotta do something about the staircase too. It looks very much like we did this on the first day and needed to get supplies as we did. Here. We should always have a box of obsidian and a flint and steel to create portals as we need them. Okay, well, I think that's another win here. All right, getting organized. Got some XP out of some gold. We got some green dye. Why we're holding on to all those, I don't know. Should we take them and clean them up too, since we're kind of in a bit of clean mode? Maybe we should make some more apples. No, that's not where you make apples. Baked apples, though. Ooh, that's good stuff. I got so many... I'm not... Yep. Golden tartar beef. So, again, a week and a half ago or so, weather's kind of going downhill, but hanging out with some friends, we step outside, is like that. It's kind of sunset. It was kind of cool sky, actually. Like, one in kind of to the northwest, the sky was like this awesome peachy color. Really pretty, and bright. But then the storm was building, and it was like this deep purple on black. You know, it was dark clouds, and the sky was darkening anyway. But just this row of like dark, intense purple where the thunderheads were building up, and then peach out beyond it where the distant sky was already cloudy, but the sun was still catching it, and it was already well set, and so much of the rest of the sky had been obscured by lower clouds that it was like dark night sky. So really cool last thing. And, you know, we were just taking a moment to enjoy it. We'd heard the thunder rumble, and went out to take a look before it started getting nasty. And so as we're there, my buddy's like, "Oh, I'd grab the Times to see the Skynet." And I'm thinking, because I'm the guy, both me and this particular friend, you know, way back, iPads were early in the apps and stuff, and the whole like location and visibility thing. And I think it's still a deal. I think you can get it for your phones and all that. I haven't used it in quite a while, but it's like a night skies app, I think is what it was called, and it would work with your probably now your phone. You know, think of your phone, but back in the time, a tablet's camera. So you would open your camera and aim it at the sky with the camera on, and between the GPS on the tablet and the app, it would identify the night objects that you were looking at. Totally cool. For me particularly, I'm not great at constellation identification. I can use the dippers, you know, find Polaris, Cassiopeia, and some of those kind of things, and Orion, right? You know, the obvious stuff. But I'm not good at oh, these are the stars that make this constellation or anything like that. You know, and I think a lot of people kind of get that way. But I love stargazing in the sense that spending a night out camping, and as the campfire dies down, watching the Milky Way progress, you know, across in its arc, and watching the planets and everything move on that planetary arc through the sky, as you know, stars and the Earth is basically turning against this backdrop, and you get this cascade of images. And, you know, phenomena in the night sky amaze me. Eclipses, lunar and solar, you know, even if they're partial, like the big solar eclipse a couple years ago, was awesome. Went up to Wyoming from where I'm at to be able to get a full look at it, and did a camp out with a bunch of friends. Great, you know, not once in a lifetime experiences. They happen with enough regularity that you can see them, but knowing that it's coming and planning ahead, and that one where so much of the country all got into it was really cool. So that was a big deal. Then the comet this past winter, I definitely drove out into the country early in the morning to see it, and got some terrible pictures of it. It was not. It went so fast as the sun was rising. It was one of the early morning appearances, and you know, everything it said, it will be one of its brightest appearances, but it will be appearing in the morning sky just as the sun is rising, so you'll lose it very quickly. And true it was. You know, it was. I'm driving along trying to find a good place to pull away from towns and you know, because I was heading out on an interstate, and then, you know, going to duck off onto country roads, and had already gotten onto a minor side road, and now I'm kind of seeing it like, oh man, that's it. Where's the spot I can pull off? And, you know, every kind of shoulder would have like a big industrial farm light or something like that along it. So finally I got to a spot where it was dark, and there was a, you know, safe place to pull off and pull out the camera and the tripod and everything, try to set it up. And by that point, it's already fading. I'm like racing time, trying to, you know, get a steady shot and remember exposures and all that. Didn't work out well, but it was beautiful. It was a cool experience. I'll never forget it. So anyway, way back with this app, I know I'm just standing here talking. We had, among many other things, it would tell you the ISS flyovers. And so we would or I would. I don't know. I would. It was kind of like my magic trick for camping, right? You know, it wasn't very magic. It was kind of a joke. Everybody knew, you know, after I. But a lot of people wouldn't. You know, either I hadn't been camping with or whatever. You know, and be like, um, all right. Why don't we just get away from the fire for a bit? You know, like 10 o'clock at night or something. You know, it's dark and you've cooked and everything, and somebody just threw a bunch of logs on the fire or whatever. So now it's extra bright. And you're like, hey, let's go look over here and just check out the stars for a bit. And then, you know, you kind of, without looking at anything, because you've already checked the time, you kind of go, okay, let's look over there. And all of a sudden, you know, this light would appear. And anybody that's done any little amount of sky watching knows that, you know, satellites aren't an uncommon thing to see zip across the sky. You know, depending on their orbits and things, some of them move very quickly. They're usually fairly small, but because they're moving and predictably and much faster for their size than a plane would at that height, you know, you can see them go across the sky. Well, the ISS, and now I don't think they're, you know, that I don't know that there's any further plans to add additional modules at this point. But for a while there, it was growing and becoming more visible each time it went, you know, not each time it went by, but, you know, every time that they added pieces to it, it would become a brighter object in the night sky. And it's now, you know, it's very visible from the naked eye, and, you know, moves across the sky uniquely, so that you know it's not a plane, but it's also not a, you know, shooting star or anything like that. And if you have the right orbit, it will go, you know, in a fairly complete arc overhead, or it may be closer to the horizon. You know, you may only get a minute of it or something, but pretty cool, you know. And it's one of those things that makes you feel your size against the scale of the universe. You know, that there are what's a crew, 3 or 4 on the ISS if they're not overlapping. But, you know, there are 3 or 4 human beings up on that little dot of light, and they've been up there for a long time, and they're looking down, and, you know, I'm just as indistinguishable as they are. So I love that kind of stuff, and have always enjoyed that. So having long tracked that, when my buddy said, hey, you know, there was this time Skynet was going to be visible, I'm thinking, oh, well, they've got, you know, they're launching all these satellites. Maybe it's to make, you know, kind of a semi-continuous ring, and they've got enough of them up now that they're, rather than being geosynchronous, they kind of form like a snake that would, you know, a row of lights that would then circle and, you know, repeatedly go. And as they add more and more through the SpaceX launches, they get you know, kind of the semi-complete extra ring. You know, I think it won't be far off in a lot of people who are viewing's lifetime where you'll have just that kind of visible presence in the night sky of man-made objects. The ISS was just the first, and that went from, in my childhood, a thing that was barely comprehensible to just a fact of life. You know, and I don't think it's too far from that to think that it will be semi advertised, or at least right, you know, to have a ring of satellites up there that are SpaceX, you know, or Elon. And it may not, you know, it may not be within his company's lifetime and grasp, but surely they're on, you know, some of those entrepreneurs are going to say, yeah, you know, we're the one that provided a service by whatever this ring of highly visible satellites are that we put into place. And, you know, they're also a thing of man-made beauty that's visible in the heavens. That's crazy. But just the kind of flex that somebody that had the access and the ability would love to do, I'm sure. You know, I'd love to, you know, and then you would have, just like on the internet, you'd have the mixed opinions, right? People would be like, you are destroying the heavens. God is going to smite you down, or at a very minimum, you're adding to space pollution and light pollution and all the rest of it. Why would you? How dare you do that? But there'll be enough people, and it'll keep your name in the world enough that, yeah, if you've got the quadrillions to do that, you can't go wrong, right? You will have notoriety, and you can then profit off of it. You're there. So anyway, just kind of some rambling talk there as we're wrapping up. As in case you noticed, we kind of reached a conclusion. We've done some very cool stuff, though. I love our world color banner flag. I love that we got some decorations done, and we cleaned up a little bit around here. We lit up our jungle trees. So minor little stuff like that, I don't consider a waste. I think that's one of the many cool elements of Minecraft that you can just, kind of take a day off, right? A day to just make your world feel more like a world, less like a wilderness, and like a home. And we did that. We gave a decoration to our pigman friends in the nether. So lots of cool stuff. Anyway, we're well equipped. We've cleaned up our traveling inventory. And I think next time, as we sort of talked about, we may do just that. May head out in an opposite direction or a new direction and see what trouble we can get into. Keep looking for that biome. If we get really, really, really far away, we'll start popping those maps and see which way they lead us. So lots of good fun in store and to be had. Hope you've enjoyed this one, though, and I know I have. I'm going to get up, head outside. What am I doing? It's so back and forth. Harrogate. That must be a thing. I'm gonna say that means thanks for watching. Harrogate. This has been Hambbage. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Whether it's a night sky where you're looking at satellites and man-made objects floating through the air, or not air up there, or whether it's daytime and it's just the first sunny day in a few and you get to stretch your legs in some warmth and comfort. Whatever your world out there has to offer you, I hope you take it full advantage and take lots of breaks when you're doing stuff online or just watching videos to give your mind and your eyes and your body a chance to recover and recoup. So we'll see you all next time. I can't wait to get back into this world. I'm having a blast. Hope you guys are as well. Likes or comments always appreciated. But until the next time I see you guys hanging out, know you're awesome. I appreciate you dropping in. Bye-bye.